Alright, welcome back to another episode of Mech Lab Monday. Today we're going to be looking at the Caesar, specifically the CES-4R variant. Its affinities are only at 20, plus 1 long range accuracy, plus 2 extreme range accuracy, and at 40, plus 2 offensive push accuracy. So, since there's not a whole lot of affinity there, we're going to basically just take advantage of the 20 affinity perk and the hyperextending actuators, which is basically just the worst version of the Urban Mech or Urban Lord's 360, which is basically just the worst version of the Urban Mech or Urban Lord's ability to fire in a 360 degree arc. But we will make do. So since long range and extreme range are the bonus accuracies we get, I would absolutely love, to put a bunch of missile and a bunch of mortars and a bunch of stuff like that onto the mech. However, all it has is 2 energy on the right arm, 1 energy on the left, a missile in the head, a ballistic and 2 energy on the right torso, and a support on the left torso with an energy and support in the middle. Which means it's not great hard points, and the spread especially. But we are wanting to get longer range weapons so that we can stay in the outskirts, be a sniper mech. And for that purpose, we are going to actually be using the Chameleon LPS. So that gives us stealth. So at long range, while we get the accuracy bonus for long range at 20 affinity, the enemies are going to have a penalty of 3, and while we get the plus 2 accuracy at extreme range, the enemies will have a penalty of 5, just from our stealth, in addition to the regular penalties for firing at long or extreme range. So, needless to say, Chameleon LPS, Sniper Mech, good pairing. So we could go turret mount to make the side torso weapons accurate, but we definitely want Clan Endo, just to save some tonnage. And we are going to definitely put pirate engines have a 15%, oh no, that's right, they changed it. Or is it primitive that I'm thinking of? It's probably primitive or fusion engines or something that does the reduced heat. This one, pirate engine's the one you can activate to run and jump further. So we're just going to throw an XL clan in, because why not? And for the core, we don't need much. We're going to be mostly an artillery unit. But we do want to be able to jump. I believe we have mechanical jump jets, right? Mechanical jump jets. Yes, we do. Mechanical jump jets. So it does not matter what our engine core is, we're going to have a jump of 7. So with that 7 jump, and the fact that our firing arc is an extra 30%, that means we don't have to be too terribly concerned about our facing when we land, as long as we're jumping in a direction close to the enemies or towards the enemies. And since we have the mechanical jump 7, the only reason to have a higher engine core is to reduce the heatsink tonnage, the external heatsinks. So to save slots, we are actually still going to use a decent engine, which is why we're using the XL clan upgrade. Because if you're using a very low tonnage, for example, to not have any heatsink ton not to have any external heatsinks, we have to have at least a 250 core, which is 15.5 tons with the XL engine. And oh no, it's just 15.5 tons. Okay, so it's 15.5 tons. The XL engine is going to save us, I think 30% of that is what it does. So it's going to save us about 5 tons. Or we could go with a 125 engine. No, wait. XL clan is going to be 4 slots. So we could go with the 150 engine Actually, that's what we're going to do. Because we actually, if we're using protos, which we're going to because it's an energy build, 4 protos externally from the engine is going to take up the same number of slots as the Clan XL upgrade would have. And we're literally going to jump every turn. So we don't really care about the fact that we're going to have a, 2-3? Yeah, 2-3 movement. The only time we're ever going to move is just in the event that we, have bad stability and need to walk to drop stability. Which, obviously, vigilance would be preferred. But since we're dropping a single mech, we're not going to have that much resolve. So, okay. Now then, I think this is the first jumpy mech I've done for Mech Lab Monday. In any case, so yeah, again, we've got a 7.5 ton engine core instead of using the. Now it says 15.5 ton engine core with the. Where is it? With the XL upgrade. Oh, it's actually 50%. Okay, so 50% of 15.5. 50% would be 7 3/4. So it would actually be slightly lighter. But just to show off mechanical jump jets and how they do what they do, I think I'm going to try building it this way, and we'll see if it works out. So, yeah, with the Clan XL engine. But if it was a regular XL engine, the Pirate engine with the 15%, or light engine, the regular engine core would be definitely a lower tonnage and just as many slots, if not less, than the higher tonnage engine with the engine upgrade. Plus, if for whatever reason we lose both side torsos, this mech will not go down. Now then, defensive gyro, XL gyro. We have an energy and support hardpoint in the center torso. And since I'm going to be wanting to use long-range, larger weapons, I think I'm going to just use the gyro defense. Then again, the extra tonnage. I could put a Clan ER large laser in the center torso. Yeah, let's do that. Right, and the turret mount gives 2 accuracy to side torso weapons. The actuator enhancement changes the +1 accuracy for arms into +2 accuracy, but it also reduces the weapon heat generated. And that's weapon heat generated for your entire mech, not just for the arm it's on. So, and the lower arm is 0 tons, so this would actually be a 2 ton. Requires Omni-Mech. Disregard. I'm thinking of, do I have any? Where would it be? No, I do not have. Does not look like I have any kind of weapon mounts. Weapon mounts are really good. In any case, so we could either put a turret mount in the right torso and then have +2 accuracy. I'm going to, yeah, we're gonna spend a ton on the turret mount to get +2 accuracy on the torso weapons. That way we can just make the left side a complete shield side. I'm a big fan of having one side I can turn to the enemies and just let get destroyed without losing too much combat efficiency. So by doing this, by having the 2 arm-mounted energy weapons, the center torso large laser, and the right torso mounted autocannon and 2 lasers, I can just keep the left side empty, and if they destroy it, if the enemies destroy it, who cares, basically. So, we are going to now drop in, since we're not using... Definitely going to want the double plus exchanger. Then again, we're using protos. And protos make the minus 15 heat per turn from the clan exchanger significant. Like, the flat 6 heat per turn, in addition to the protos reducing the percentage heat, is sometimes better. We'll swap them out once we have all of our loadout established, and we're definitely using a Radical Proto double heatsink kit, because the only downside to it is that you can't put any engine heatsinks in, but we have no capacity for engine heatsinks, or internal engine heatsinks. So there's no downside to the Radical Proto. Well, okay, you could put like a cooling pod or something in the slot, but Radicals are better. I mean, the Protos are better. So before we start messing with that too much, we definitely need the 4 heatsink tons. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So we have heatsinks. Cool. We have our engine, our endo, our stealth. So we are now going to look around and see. I think... So, electronic warfare suites like the Clan EWS or the, what is it called? Yeah, it's completely escaping me at the moment. I will edit in what I'm thinking. The non-clan warfare suite, or whatever it's called, would be good if we're getting in close, but it's actually not that great on range, like long-range sniper-type mechs or artillery mechs. So we are going to put in the good old Clan Guardian ECM. Oh, never mind. I forgot the Chameleon LPS counts as ECM. Sweet. Does it count as a probe as well? No, it does not. But we don't want to take up 4 slots with the probe, so we're going to put in the Clan active probe there. So that gives us some probe. It's not nearly as much as the Bloodhound probe, but I mean, 1 ton versus 2 tons, 1 slot versus 3 slots. Then again, I mean, energy weapons don't necessarily take up a lot of slots. We'll currently throw in the Bloodhound, and then we'll change back to the Clan active probe if we so choose. But yeah, Bloodhounds are good. They're very, very solid for getting electronic warfare working on, especially like stealth targets and stuff. We also have hands, so we could flat out go combat shield, and I think we will. So this thing is going to be able to take a lot of punishment, especially if it stays in cover and just fires from long range. Or if we're using Vigilance to brace after we jump, which we're going to be doing pretty much whenever we have Resolve anyway. So Combat Shield is going to greatly reduce the amount of damage it takes. Advanced Optics is also really good, offensively, obviously, to get the better accuracy and the night vision and everything. But yeah, for now we're going to run with Combat Shield, and we're going to decide later if we want to switch out to Advanced Optics. I don't know what kind of fire control system we're going to use. Probably not an advanced targeting computer, so maybe energy accuracy. Maybe Predator. I mean, Predator gives night vision. Yeah. If we're not bringing advanced optics, we're definitely going Predator. We could go Pirate Fire Control System, but that would generate even more heat. We're already going to be running hot with all the energy weapons and the Chameleon LPS active. So we don't want to really use the Pirate Fire Control System. And we don't want to use the tonnage for the regular advanced targeting computer, because it's, you know, yeah, it's a lot of tonnage to get as good as +2 at almost every range and night vision. So yeah, that being said, moving on. So I think we've blocked out most of that. Fire control system is taken care of. Obviously, we have enhanced imaging, so we're going to enhanced imaging. We have gunnery B, so we're going to gunnery B. If I had tactics A, I would totally slot that in, but I don't have tactics or gunnery A. Rangefinder is also viable earlier in the game if you don't have the clan enhanced imaging. And then for the sensors, there we go. I think it's sniper sensor that stacks. Yes, sniper sensor stacks with ECM and with stealth. So we're going to be pretty hard to detect, and so they're going to have trouble getting sensor locks on us. And another option is the tracker sensor for more accuracy, especially since we're going to be trying to stay at extreme and long range. But again, combat shield, sniper sensors, we're kind of going for more of a you can't kill me sort of build. We'll see if it works out. And now it's time to toss in weapons and then figure out where to go from there. Gauss Rifle takes up 12 tons and 4 slots. Not super interested. This is a largely energy build. Clan PPC is 56 heat for 75 damage. Clan ER Large Laser, which we're putting in the center torso, is 55 damage for 45 heat. And then the Large Heavy Laser is 80 damage for 67 heat. So, yeah. I mean, it's 4 tons, but the Clan ER PPC is 6 tons. Like, 2 tons more. Well, then again, if we're using Protos and the Exchanger to reduce the heat, we could potentially get the trade-off of damage, the 5 extra damage and 2 less tons for, what is that, 9 more heat? 11 more heat. Worth it. If we use those 2 tons on Protos. Let's just see for a minute, because I haven't done a build with the large heavy lasers, in part because they are so incredibly hot. And while we're in the process of dreaming, medium ER pulse is 500 meters, large pulse clan is 840 meters. So let's do. Oh, we don't have 2 of those. Okay. I mean, the large heavy lasers also take up 3 slots. I think the PPC is 2. Yeah. And we don't want to put anything on the left torso. So what if we toss a PPC in addition to those? That will leave us with 3 slots on the side. Ooh, laser insulator. Okay. So minus 5% laser heat generated and minus 3 heat per turn. Versus the Protos, minus 4 heat per turn, but only minus 3% weapon heat generated. So let's just, for the sake of seeing if we can make it work, let's go with the large heavy lasers. They do have the 1 accuracy penalty, which, again, if I had large improved heavy lasers, I would definitely use them a lot more. In any case, so what is our heat efficiency currently? 72 cooling, 162 alpha strike. Yeah, we would have to literally load up the other side with Protos to make that work. Oh, not enough slots. Yeah. Goodbye large heavy lasers. Just too hot. So we are actually going to be using probably still 1 PPC. No. How many large lasers do we have? Clan ER large, Clan ER large, Clan ER large, and then maybe... Oh, that's only 2 tons left for heat sinks. Yeah, the one thing about the mechanical jump system is 7 is good, but it also is weighing 10 tons. Of course, again, 3.5 tons for the engine core 150 and 9.8 tons for the mechanical jump system. Like, that's about the same weight as a regular 250 engine core something, but with much more mobility. And our heat efficiency is actually not terrible. So we have a heat delta of, what is that, 22? A heat delta of 22. So if we turn off one large laser, that means we will actually be dropping 23 heat by turning off one large laser. Are we going to do that? Okay, first off, let me see if we can make that better with the clan exchanger instead of the double plus. So now it's a heat delta of maths. 23. So no, the double plus is better. Okay. So yeah, now that's a heat delta of 22. Well, I mean, it's about the same. Clan exchanger and double plus are about the same. Okay. So now what I'm curious about is if we upgrade to the 250 core with the XL engine and we drop the 4 protos, is the heat the same? So right now we're sinking 88. Okay, sinking 88. We are sinking 88. I should have seen how much we're generating as well. And then 250 core, and where's the Clan XL? Oh, it actually is lighter. Huh. It says 50% engine weight factor change, but it's actually not. 50% would have been 7 something, 7 3/4 or something like that. Interesting. In any case, the real question, we're still sinking 88 heat, but now we have an alpha strike of 125. So it actually made the cooling better to have the external heat sinks. That is interesting. So external protos better than internal protos. Wow. That's cool. So that makes me wonder if maybe we go even lighter. 140 would be the lowest we could go and still have 2-3. So we have to put one extra external proto. So the 5 now. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that covers the engine or the engine external heat sinks. And we now have a heat delta of 19. Yeah, so having external protos actually cools better than just having a, no external, just having all of them be internal to the engine. That is really interesting. That is really, really interesting. And now we have a half ton left over with better cooling. 88,107. I wonder if the clan exchanger is better now. So 88,107 goes to 94,113. So no, they're about the same. That's a heat delta of 19, and that is a heat delta of 19. So yeah, they're exactly the same. Now the question that I'm wondering: can we get another heatsink in? Because again, 19 isn't actually that bad, considering we could just drop one large laser and that would let us sink 26 heat. So we'd be able to fire 2 turns and then turn off a large laser for 1 turn and then fire for 2 turns, theoretically. I would rather be able to turn a laser off every other turn and stay heat neutral. So if we put in 1 more proto, we now have a heat delta of 12. So we generate 12, 24, 36 firing 3 turns. And then we would sink 33. So we could basically fire 1, 2, 3, and then turn off a large laser for 1 turn. And then 1, 2, 3, turn off a large laser for 1 turn. I like that a lot better. So all we have to do is get 52 or 0.52 tons, which we can do by shaving off some back armor, which is usually not advisable, but since we're going to be staying super far back and jumping around, that shouldn't be such an issue. Actually, I'm going to leave that side armored up, and I'm actually going to drop more armor off the side torso, or off the side torso that has nothing, and maybe drop a little bit off the arm that has nothing. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we're actually going to be surprisingly hard to kill, considering we have the combat shield and the sensor sniper, in addition to our stealth. We're going to be relatively accurate with our enhanced damaging predator fire control system and bloodhound probe, and we've got pretty good damage. I mean, that's 110, 220, 271. Yeah, that's 271 damage Alpha Strike. That should work. So, let me just cut here, hop on over to the pilot, and we will discuss what to do there. Alright, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bring a Brave Mechwarrior, specifically for the bonus resolve, so that I can vigilance more often. So, we don't need military because there's no recoil on anything. We don't need we don't need reckless because we're going to be jumping for 7. Reckless is possibly an option. I don't know exactly. I don't remember how much evasion 7. I don't think it's anywhere close to I don't think it's anywhere close to the 6 evasion max. So you probably are fine with, bringing reckless, but the vigilance as often as possible is going to be really good for our jumping, because any turn that we don't jump, we can only move 2 hexes to drop stability, which is going to be our only option if we, can't jump or whatever. And since stability is going to be such a large, part of what we're doing, we are actually going to bring cautious so that we can reserve. And by the way, I think that it actually removes 1 bar of stability per turn that you reserve. So if you click reserve and it delays you 3 initiative, I think that actually gives you 3 bars of stability. So it's even better than I thought it was. In any case, we're going to do that. We are going to go piloting up to awareness, because again, I don't think we're going to hit the 7 evasion or 6 evasion mark. Well, no, it is 7 evasion for what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's 7 evasion that you have to be able to get before you care about escapists. Now, it's possible with the jumping mech, absolutely possible to build it with like jump boosters and stuff to get way more evasion, because keep in mind, jumping I think already gives you 1 evasion by default, no matter how much you jump, no matter how far it is, you just get +1 evasion. And then if you throw on jump boosters and stuff, the mechanical leg 7 can actually get you 10 plus hexes of jump. So yeah, something to keep in mind. But what we're going to do is we're going to go Phantom Mech, and Phantom Mech is going to make us even harder to detect and hit. And then we want basically max gunnery, and guts is important so that we don't punch out when we get, a little bit panicked. But tactics is really going to help us hit. And so, actually, going to take that off, because we are going to be getting hit a lot, and I don't want her panicking out. I mean, she's brave, so unlikely, but still, that would be a horrible way to end the episode. So,
Warrior training complete.
There we go. We have Phantom Mech to facilitate the stealth and the sniping, and potentially not take return fire. We have Cautious, so that we can reserve to drop stability as we jump around the battlefield. And we have Awareness, so that if we get a sensor locked, we do not lose evasion. So, with that being said, we're going to jump into a mission. And we are going to try... I mean, defend base, it would be way too long, but it would actually be a really good indicator for the mech being a sniper, sitting back, having all of their allies take the fire and just pew-pew from a distance. But I'd rather do something where they're just focusing me so that I can show that the combat shield and stealth and evasion and everything is actually really effective at not dying. Do we do capture base? Because then there's turrets. Sure, let's do a 2-skull capture base. Against pirates, hopefully they don't overheat us. Caesar. Fox. Let's go. Alright, let's see how we do with this solo drop.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, we got... Yep. Got a base. There shouldn't be support lance, or, support lances, because we're dropping a half-skull solo mech on a 2-skull mission. But we can get some nice high ground cover here, which will make our combat shield extra effective. And the fact that we couldn't drop right on top of the base tells me that there's probably turrets, or defenders, or both. Alright, so, since it's out of combat,
what can I do for you?
we are going to jump for, like I thought, 4 evasion, so Reckless would have been fine. Unless you're wanting to go for mobility. Actually, I don't think mobility actually does anything for jumping. Alright, so we have a Jenner, a Osiris, a Cougar, okay. A Raven, okay. We've got a bunch of light mechs.
Good to go.
And there should be reinforcements after. So again, with mechanical jump jets, you cannot change where you're facing. You have to face directly in front of where you jump to. So if I jump here this turn, I have to keep in mind, if I want to jump again next turn, I'm going to have to jump this way so that I can shoot the Cougar. Hopefully, unless he runs around out of my line of sight. But hopefully he's going to run towards the uphill, and I'll be able to jump again and shoot him next turn. But for this turn, we are jumping, and we are shooting the Osiris. I forgot to use Phantom Mech. I wonder if it still applies. I think it still applies even if you use it after you move. Anyway, that should help. Oh, I was about to say something went very wrong with our heat calculations. That's right. Chameleon LPS. 20% weapon heat generated and 15 heat per turn when active, and it does not show in the mech lab. So what that means is we are turning off one of our large lasers forever, unless we turn off our stealth. I am going to back out and turn on enhanced imaging. So that's a thing. Yeah, this might not go so hot. If we're overheating constantly and having to keep 2 of our weapons offline, that's 110 damage we're just not dealing. And yet they're still hitting us. 4 evasion, plus stealth, plus cover, and bulwark, and... yeah. Still hitting us. Okay, Osiris is getting behind us. Okay, no big deal. I mean, on the bright side, they are light mechs, so our slight miscalculation shouldn't completely ruin us, but we are going to have to do a quick redesign just to take the, you know, take into consideration the heat from the stealth, which I completely forgot. We are actually... Oh, by the way, whenever you move to drop stability, added benefit is you get better bonuses from the stealth. The stealth is more effective the less you move. I think that only applies to null signature systems and the advanced stealth. I don't know if it applies to the basic stealth armor. In any case, if we jump, we can jump right here for 3 evasion and shoot the cougar, because he moved the direction I did not want him to move. But if we jump... Yeah, it's saying we can, but no, we can't. If we want to shoot the cougar, we have to jump there. If we jump backwards, we will not be able to shoot anyone. This is why urban lords and urban mechs are so amazing for mechanical jump jets. It does not matter which way they're facing, they can always fire. So we are going to just move to drop stability damage and still be able to shoot. And are we going to have to turn... Yes, we're going to have to turn a large laser off. That's all this... Okay, we're going to have to turn 2 large lasers off if we want to sink all of our heat. Oh boy. That's not good.
Here we go!
And we are not hitting very much. Of course, we are shooting at a stealth target.
Picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Well,
I'm still reading enemy contacts, Commander. You need to
we are definitely going to test the durability of this mech. This is going to be a long one. Or maybe we get blown up and it's not so long. So I think definitely dropping one of the large lasers in favor of some more heat sinks is actually probably a good idea. Because this thing is very, very hot with the stealth. And now I'm getting surrounded. So I'm getting flanked. That's not good. But now the stealth, since I didn't jump, is actually working better.
Waiting for orders.
So that's a thing. If I jump, I have the plus 30% firing arc, which is the only reason I can actually shoot him there.
Ready, set.
So, jumping for 4 evasion, facing our backs towards the enemy, because we have to with mechanical jump jets. And we're not sinking. We have 2 turned off, but we're not sinking any heat. Do mechanical jump jets actually create heat now? That's interesting. Yeah, mechanical jump jets used to be heat neutral. They used to not generate any heat, but that definitely generated heat, because last turn we had 2 turned off, and unless we got hit by plasma or something, I didn't notice. In any case, so sticking with 2 lasers. Again, light mechs. We should be able to handle light mechs even with 2 of our weapons turned off for most of the battle. Alright, so now they're shooting me in the back. Indirectly, and I have 4 evasion. So, yeah.
Careful, they're looping around back.
Yep. I know they're shooting you from behind. Wasn't there a raven over here? Where'd it go? Oh, an Oswang. That's a special cougar. Alright. And we got a Clint, a Blackjack. Blackjack Omni, no less. Or is it a Blackjack Zero? I think it's a Blackjack Zero. Never mind. It's trash. Vindicator Pirate and a 1G Hunchback. I think the 1G is the one with the AC-20.
They're coming around the side.
Or is it the one with the AC-10? Oh no, it's the one with the heavy rifle. Okay.
What can I
So
do
we got some primitive mediums. We are going to once again go Phantom Mech. Once again go jump and to cover.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Oh, we have vigilance ready. I was about to say I should have walked, but no, we have vigilance, so everything's fine. Everything is completely fine. Nothing to see here. Okay, no, we just, for whatever... Oh, wait, if we did get hit by plasma or something, then that is 2 turns that it generates heat for, so... But yeah, we are only using 2 out of our 4 planning our large lasers. Oof. Is the Oswing stealth too? I think the Raven is, because it disappeared from sensors pretty easily. But yeah, part of the reason I didn't go crazy on the targeting gear is because jumping already reduces your accuracy a little bit. So I figured, yeah, let's just go with tankiness and just have bad accuracy. Obviously, it would have been just as viable, if not better, to actually... Yeah, that's a much better hit chance. It would have been much better to be able to hit these targets. Especially since we're not firing 2 of our lasers. Okay. This is gonna take a while, but it'll be a great example of how much of a beating we'll be able to take. I mean, we've got, right now, 7 mechs shooting at us. And the Cougar... doing nothing. Interesting. But yeah, very evasive. Good deal. Both missed. So evasion plus stealth plus sensor penalties, like, they're probably firing with no sensors, which is a penalty of 7. They're probably firing just on visuals alone. And if we're far enough away, they have no visual, and even if they sensor ping us, yeah. And then whatever does get through and hit us, since we're in cover with our combat shield, we're taking 6% damage instead of full damage. That's a melee. That could be our downfall. It missed. Oh, thank goodness it missed. That's a stealth Jenner. Okay, so we would love to have regular jump jets here to be able to jump around behind the Jenner and kill the unsteady Jenner, but we don't. So we're gonna have to keep doing what we do. I think I'm gonna, if we just used Phantom Mech, right? So that means it's going to be effective for 1 more turn. So I think I'm going to reserve this turn. I'm going to reserve this turn and then jump. And then next turn I'll jump and then potentially Vigilance. But just all this volume of fire being completely ignored. Then again, I'm going to have my back to a bunch of enemies, so Vigilance doesn't really make sense. So yeah, I'm actually going to reserve to drop stability. Ta-da, no more stability damage. Okay. Plus, them shooting at me while their little buddy's right there means their horrible hit chance is more likely to kill him. Jump.
Time to fly.
Shoot Vindicator in face. Yeah, we can't even. The large pulse laser is only 20 heat, right? Yeah, so it's less heat. That's crazy that we have so many protos in our exchanger. Drops the, I think it's 40-something heat, 45 heat or something like that to 24. And even with that much of a reduction, we're still overheating because of our 15 heat per turn from the chameleon. So,
Roger that. Firing on target.
actually, I think this turn I'm going to take a turn, or I guess next turn, I'm going to take a turn to walk, turn around, shoot the Vindicator with only the accuracy penalty from walking, or I'm going to get knocked by a charge. Oh, no, it's a punch. Okay. It's so devastating that charges just knock you down if they hit. Like, yeah. Or maybe it was a charge and he just missed. Because he has unsteady, so... Huh. Yeah, they're still shooting. They might actually run out of ammo before I die. But at least my shield sight's toward them.
I hear ya.
And... Huh. I can only move one hex in the forest whether I move or sprint because of my heat. I mean... He's unsteady. I'm gonna Phantom Mech first. And then I think I am gonna punch him in the face. We're in a heavy mech, might as well act like it. Sure.
Going toe to toe.
So we have no evasion, but our stealth is still doing work. Let's see how much they miss now. Death from above. Did it hit? Yes. Did we get knocked down from it? No. Okay. So, yeah, that's some serious damage to the back. So, mechanical jump jets, they make positioning really, really hard.
Nothing to see here.
I mean, the Irbies being able to shoot in any direction makes mechanical jump jets so much better.
They're coming around the side.
Alright. Alright. I think our new plan is get away from the guys on low ground.
Waiting for orders.
I'm going to reserve to drop stability. Alright. Yeah, somebody down there has flamers. I do not want to be anywhere near them, nor have anything to do with them. Yeah, heat is definitely a major issue with this build.
Waiting for orders.
So we're not able to shoot anyone, because mechanical jump jets are mechanical. I should keep an eye on my enhanced imaging. It's been on for a while, so... yeah. And Jenner is doing nothing, possibly because he might not have got a good good enough sensor roll to even know where I am. I have Phantom Mech active,
Hey, we're getting outflanked.
and I have the stealth, and I have the ECM interference. So there's actually a pretty good chance that some of them will not be able to shoot me because they won't see me. Except for these guys over here, they have visual. They're close enough. I mean, you can also just use mechanical jump jets to get into a sniper position and then just stand there and shoot, especially if you're tanky like we are.
Around the side.
So I think that's what we might do for the rest of the mission. Jumping around was fun and all, but it's not working very well. We only sink heat if we turn off a third weapon or if we just don't jump. So,
Commander?
yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna shoot the Vindicator in the face. And somehow we dropped all of our heat, so I'll go ahead and activate another ER large laser. Oh, we didn't shoot last turn. Right.
Critical hit, Commander. Let's get fired up! There's work to do!
Alright, let's see how many of them are actually able to shoot us. Jenner, once again, did not shoot us. Cougar could not shoot at us. Vindicator, again, has visuals. Okay. Running through fire caused him to eject out. I'm not going to complain. The fire was caused by our lasers, so it counts as a kill. But yeah, you can see half of them aren't even shooting because they can't see where I went.
Good to go.
I think we're going to use Phantom Mech again. Stand and shoot the Hunchback. With everything? With everything. And then we're going to spend the next turn jumping away and bracing. Alright, that's leg destruction. So, Hunchy on the ground. He's no longer providing visuals to his lance mates. And I forgot we have enhanced imaging, so we're actually going to jump away and hope that we don't shut down. We did not shut
My
down.
heat's getting pretty high.
So we're going to just kite back with our jump jets. Oh, right.
Shrapnel.
Enhanced imaging. If I overheat, I take an injury. I completely forgot about that. Whoops. Yeah, hot mech bad.
Commander?
Okay. Warning, warning, warning.
Affirmative.
Okay, jumping, bracing. There goes all my heat. And I've broken line of sight and gotten far enough away that most of them probably won't even be able to go towards me because they won't know where I went. I think next turn I'm going to jump on top of that mountain and start shooting. Oh, Jenner spotted me on his sensors.
They're looping around back.
Jenner finally spotted me. Or maybe I'll just turn around and shoot the Jenner in the face and then jump up and finish off the Hunchback. Because he's not going to have the mobility to get around that ledge.
Waiting for orders. On my way.
Not shooting everything, though. And honestly, that's not a very good hit chance, so I'm going to save the heat.
Firing on target.
And it was still enough. Alright. So, even though we screwed up the heat management, and we were running way hotter than we should, we are still succeeding at a 2-skull mission solo. So, yeah, stealth strong. And we actually haven't taken very much damage at all, except for whenever they got behind us. Yeah, our back is open on our shield side. So, really not worried about it. And we can only jump for 3 due to the elevation change. Or we can just jump forward for 4. I think I'd rather have 4
Commander.
and be able to shoot the Hunchback more. Because, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's running a primitive engine. Oh, Phantom Mech. Especially since we're not in cover. Gonna Vigilance. And fire.
Affirmative.
Oh, he turned. This is actually his fresh side. Okay. So we're now dealing damage to the side that has the legs still working. Okay. Yeah, his leg is 80 damage away from being destroyed. You know, that actually makes me kind of wonder if maybe we replaced 2 of the medium lasers with 1 heavy laser, large heavy laser. How that would go.
Commander?
Alright, I can shoot and then move. So I'm going to shoot the Hunchback. Pew. Alright, and now it's time to find out if our jump actually generates heat. Yes, it does. So if we jump, we take another pilot injury. Instead, I'm just going to Vigilance and do nothing. I shouldn't have fired everything. Okay. I mean, we are definitely making progress. For a solo drop, it's not going terribly. But that's what late game equipment in a heavy mech does on a light mission. I mean, a 2-skull mission. Okay, so this turn we're going to shoot the Hunchback, then jump away.
We can do this! Let's go!
And again, the visibility, they're more easily able to see me now despite the stealth because I'm not in cover. Cover reduces your visibility. So stealth is more effective when you're also in forests. Okay. I stand corrected. We're shooting the cougar in the face. It's light mechs, I'm pretty sure 1 large laser to the face. No, never mind. Large laser to the face would not be enough.
Good to go.
But I think we're definitely shooting. Then again, we could potentially take down the Hunchback. Considering we're not firing everything, we need less damage to take down the Hunchback. So yeah, why is that dropping heat? I don't understand. Strangely... Oh, heatsink coolant flush. Minus 30 heat per turn when active. Minus 20% weapon heat generated when active. Right. So, yeah.
Roger that.
Alright, dead Hunchback. And now, assuming this is working the way I think it's working, we are going to jump back behind the
Got it.
mountains. Which completely breaks line of sight. And next turn we'll be able to jump up and shoot the stationary cougar, because the cougar's going to have to start up and have no evasion this turn.
Waiting for orders.
Although I could move and cool down.
Got it.
So taking a cooldown turn while they can't see me.
Battletech power-up detected.
We did miss the chance to shoot the Cougar with no evasion, but I think it was worth it for the cooldown turn. Alright, activating Phantom Mech yet again. Jumping for only 3? Why am I only getting 3? Huh. Oh, enhanced imaging has a fail chance. Time to turn it off for a little bit. So yeah, I'm only getting 3 evasion jumping now. That's interesting. I mean, the Raven I'm not super worried about killing me. Well, since I'm only getting 3 evasion anyway... Oh, I only get 2 if I jump up onto the mountain. Unless I jump here.
Engaging jump jet.
And meh. That's better hit chance. He has 150 center torso. He has 170. 2 large lasers and 2 MML5s. I'm a little worried about that. I am actually going to Vigilance just for the damage reduction. Again, as long as we're out of cover, Bulwark is not applying, so we have to Vigilance or Brace if we want the Bulwark. But I will shoot him.
Commander.
And yeah, our Proto Heatsink Kit is no longer coolant flushing, which means that we can only fire the 3 weapons while generating heat, or the whatever. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Yeah, I think I'm actually just going to move and shoot him. Going downhill, so I was able to go further. Again, mostly relying on my stealth whenever I only move like that. And cannot fire everything. Sinking a little bit of heat. And next turn I'll be able to turn enhanced imaging on, shoot him, and then jump away. That's the plan anyway. Meanwhile, these guys down here are shooting our shield side.
They're coming around the side.
Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Raven's running a Narc. I mean, not Narc, Haywire. Narc Beacon, Haywire ammo. So,
Good to go.
our heat is probably going to be pretty bad. But we are coolant flushing. Yeah, there's no way we can afford to fire 4. So we're firing our 2 ER larges and our large pulse, and then we're jumping. Alright. There's one of his primary weapons down.
Critical hit.
And taking to the skies for 2 evasion. Yep. Soaking damage to the back. Again, I'm not too worried about the getting shot in the back thing, because the side that's open is our shield side. We lose literally nothing. I mean, obviously it adds repair time if you lose a component, a arm or a side torso, but we wouldn't lose any equipment, so we'd be at a full combat effectiveness even without our left side. And speaking of it going, Something got crit.
This is getting serious.
What got crit?
Hey, we're getting outflanked.
Yes, mechanical jump jets. Behold the majesty of not being able to
Back up
turn
to
when
my
you
armor,
jump.
Commander.
Okay, now both sides are open. We can't afford to jump anymore.
Careful, they're looping around back.
Like, that literally means we just have to stand and shoot.
Took a heavy hit there.
Okay, second pilot injury. I guess they shot me in the back of the head.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, no, she just said the voice line for a pilot injury, but didn't get one. Okay. We are going to Phantom Mech. We are going to Vigilance. We are going to... I was going to say Sprint for 1 evasion, but apparently not. So, yeah. Keeping our left side towards the
Right, Commander.
majority of the enemies. Shooting the outswing again. Sinking the slightest bit of
Right,
heat.
Commander.
Oh yeah, I forgot to see what got crit. What got crit? Huh, he didn't fire his laser.
Damage minor.
Did I destroy it? Did my stealth get turned off? No. Oh, it still has the icons next to my next to my name. What got crit? I thought I got crit, but apparently not.
Good to go.
I'll take it. Okay, coolant flush has a 20% fail chance. I definitely need to not overheat. But at the same time, if I have the heat capacity...
Firing on target.
Riding the red line is fun, but dangerous.
Critical hit, Commander.
Yeah, Vigilance. I'm just gonna keep Vigilance as long as I can. I don't need it to drop stability anymore now that I'm standing and shooting. Oh yeah, I forgot there was a blackjack. So I really am thinking if we drop...
Commander?
I mean, if we drop 4 large and put in 2 heavies, that's 160 instead of 220, but we might actually have the heat capacity to pull it off. Enhanced imaging has an 11% fail chance. Let's not. Let's not and say we did. Alright, one more target down.
That's a kill.
And I know this is taking a while. If you want to skip to the end of the episode, that's where I will go back to the mech lab and fix our heat problems. See what we can do.
Affirmative.
Oh, I forgot a vigilance. Okay, Raven is definitely next target.
Minor damage, Commander.
And the primitive blackjack is just like, ho-hum, where'd the enemy go? Melee, my only weakness. Well, hopefully that was a kick, not a charge. Oof.
I'm getting all shot up.
Well then. Yep. So that's what happens when you get meleeed in the back with your back open.
Mission
Okay.
failed.
Alright, so the Caesar worked. Didn't work great because of the heat problems, but it worked. Also, jumping towards the enemy, not a great idea. Jumping around the outskirts, like jump and rotate and jump and rotate and, you know, spend every other turn with no evasion, you relying solely on the stealth, and then every other turn with the 4 evasion with 1 lined up shot, and then also the ability with the enhanced imaging to shoot and then jump. I like it. It works. But the heat is an issue. So, we need, considering that this is an extra 15 heat per turn and extra 20% weapon heat generated, we are definitely going to, I think, we're going to drop, definitely dropping 2 of the ER large lasers. And we don't really have the slots to keep everything on one side torso with the large improved heavy lasers. But with this, we were able to stay about heat neutral. But we figured out that they're doing it costs about 24 heat with all the protos that we have to fire them. So that's dropping 24 heat. We were still generating a lot. But that gives us tonnage for more protos. And we don't have any more protos. Okay. So we are out of protos. But now we are overcooling by 22. Which should completely offset the Chameleon LPS. Actually, let's see. Does the stealth apply its 20% weapon heat generation to the heat efficiency here? 78? 78. So no, it does not. So yeah, that's going to be 20% additional heat. And that means we would actually be at, so about plus 15. So that would be 93 heat. And then we'd be generating an additional 15. So that's 108. So our actual heat delta would be 8. That is absolutely doable. And we have 2 tons left over and a slot. Now, obviously, that could be used for heavier engine core. Actually, yeah, can we, since we are limited in the number of protos we have, can we slightly bump up the engine core to a -4 heatsink ton? So 140 is, seriously, it's only 2 tons? Huh. 140 is 2 tons. 150 is 3.5. We got the tonnage. So that gives us 1 additional proto to double heat sink. So now 78 plus 20%, which again is about 15. So that's about 80 or 93 plus 15 is 108. So now we have a heat delta of 4. No. No, actually. Yeah, 15. 78 plus 15 is 93. Plus 15 is 108. Yeah, so 108. So it's a heat delta of 4. As compared to the heat delta of 8. So, hear me out. Just hear me out. If we're not going with the shield side style of mech, and we keep the 140, and instead of the clan ER larges in the side torso, what if we went with the clan large heavy lasers? Oh, not enough slots. Alright. That answers that question. Slots are a thing. But just for the sake of curiosity, replacing the 2 ER larges with the large heavies would bring our heat efficiency to, that would be an extra 19 or so from the 20%. So that would be 116 plus 15, so that's 131. So our heat delta would be 31. Replacing the large heavies, the large laser clans with the large heavies. So that's not really doable without also dropping the large pulse laser. But I mean, that's 160 damage plus the large ER in the middle. 16, so that would be 97 plus 50. Yeah, so that would be doable. That would absolutely be doable if you had the slots for it, which don't. And of course, without the mechanical jump jets, this is a completely different mech. We'd have to put an actual engine core in it instead of doing that. We wouldn't have the 5 heatsink tons, so these heatsinks would cost weight instead of just slots. Like, you could build it completely differently, but just for the sake of saying it's done, we are going to move everything back so that there's a shield sight again. We are going to put that large laser back. We actually don't need the turret mount anymore. Like, we absolutely have... I mean, I guess we could put the 2 large ER lasers in the side torso and the protos in the arm or whatever. Yeah, how about that? Let's call that a build. So, there you have it. There is the Caesar mechanical jump jet, super energy, crazy number of protos mech. And yeah, we don't need the XL gyro. We actually could use the defensive gyro, actually, and bump down the shield arm armor just a little bit more. So I'm actually going to call that the finished build. So with the enhancements we've done, we are now almost heat neutral. We do generate a little bit of heat, but it's very, very manageable. We have, again, relatively good accuracy. You saw the stealth mechs we actually had reasonable hit chances against. The non-stealth mechs we were actually quite accurate against. And we have a shield side. We have an entire side that can just get ripped off and completely unchanged. Like, our mech is still just as strong as it was before it lost that side. So, this I'm calling a completed build. Tanky, defensive, evasive. Like, it is a well-rounded sniper mech. Now, again, the mechanical jump jets do make it so that you have to be really careful using them, otherwise you end up with your back towards the enemies a lot, and that was actually my downfall. The enemies backstriking me so much that they shredded off the armor and then started doing internal damage. Destroyed the gyro, and my Mechwarrior was like, nope, I'm out, gone. So, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Mech Lab Monday. Look forward to doing the next one for you. So, until then, have a good one.